Make sure you perform a 5-minute aerobic warm-up. You can start by taking a couple of laps. You may also start performing jumping jacks. You can also choose to perform some knee-high exercises. You can also do some walking lunges. Thomas test. Thomas test measures flexibility of the hip flexors. Your shoes do not have to be removed for this assessment. The participant must lay supine on a yoga mat. You bring one leg towards the chest while the other one remains in contact with the mat. If the leg remains in contact with the mat while the other leg is brought to the chest, then the hip flexors in that leg are flexible. Make sure you repeat the assessment on the opposite leg and record your flexibility or inflexibility. Bring the leg to the chest and the other leg remains in contact with the floor, making it flexible. Repeat on opposite leg. This leg is also flexible. Canadian trunk forward flexion test. This measures your hamstring and your lower back flexibility. Make sure you remove your shoes. Sit with your feet flat against the box. Reach forward with your arms extended, one hand on top of the other, and fingertips in line with each other. Make sure you exhale as you reach and hold for 2 seconds. Also, make sure your knees are not bent. This is going to be measured in centimeters. You're going to repeat the assessment and accept the best of 2 scores. Categorize your subject according to the table and subtract 3 centimeters from each value in the table. Feet flat against the box, arm reaching forward, fingertips in line with each other, exhaling and holding for 2 seconds. This is the table used to categorize a person for the Canadian trunk forward flexion test. Look for your age range and your gender section. I am a 22-year-old female and I scored a 30 and I subtracted 3, making it a 27 and categorizing myself as needing improvement. Chair, sit, and reach test. This is good for older populations. The chair must be at least 17 inches in height and placed against the wall. Your shoes do not have to be removed for this assessment. You're going to extend one leg with the ankle dorsiflex. Leg not being tested must be flat on the floor. Keep head in a normal alignment. Exhale as you reach forward and hold for 2 seconds. An additional person is needed to hold and measure results with a ruler. Results are measured in inches. Touching your toes is going to be a 0. If there's space between your big toes and your fingertips, it is measured as a negative score. If the fingertips go past the big toe, it is measured as a positive score. Extend one leg with the other one flat. Exhale as you reach forward and hold for 2 seconds. You're going to then repeat the assessment on the opposite leg. YMCA sit and reach test. Make sure you remove your shoes for this assessment. You're going to place a yardstick horizontally on the floor against the yoga mat. Place feet on the edge of the tape that is holding the yardstick, approximately 10 to 12 inches apart. Reach forward with one hand on top of the other and the fingertips in line with each other. Your fingers must touch the yardstick and you're going to hold for 2 seconds. Make sure your knees are not bent. The results for this test are going to be measured in inches. You're going to repeat the assessment and accept the best of 2 scores. Make sure you categorize your subject according to the table. Reach forward, making sure your fingers touch the yardstick, and hold for 2 seconds. This is a table used to categorize a person for the YMCA sit and reach test. Make sure you look for your age range and your gender section. I am a 22-year-old female and I scored 16 inches, categorizing me as well above average.